Narcissistic parents weaponizing ordinary things. Yesterday, I posted a video talking about how few childhood photos I have. And the fact that I asked for my photos over the years. My eldest daughter actually had a relationship with my mother for some period of time and asked for the photos as well. She said that she wanted them, for her children, for her own album. And as it happens, my eldest daughter, she loves to do albums and has lots of pictures in frames and things like that. Like, she's not the digital photo kid. She really does keep a lot of pictures around, and my mother would have known that that was an important thing to her. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Never happened. Never gave her the photographs. There was a comment that was made on the video that I posted yesterday. I'm going to include that video at the end of this one so you don't have to go searching for it. And said, well, back then, developing photos was expensive, and film, and half the time they didn't turn out, and this, that, and the other. This is not that. This is about narcissistic parents taking very ordinary things and using them as a way to hurt their children. So how did my mother use those photographs against me, other than withholding them from me? Well, my older brother, who's 5.5 years older, speaking of, film development and all of that, there are tons of pictures of him from baby on up. None of me, but I thought it was expensive. Anyway, there are pictures of him from his bar mitzvah. I didn't have a bat mitzvah. My brother had birthday celebrations. I did not have those. That's another weaponization right there. That's your brother was so cute and worthy of taking pictures and you weren't. And somebody's going to go, oh, but that was the first child. Please don't do that. Please don't, because this, again, is not that. What's another ordinary thing that a narcissistic parent uses to hurt their child? Haircuts. Stripping their identity by cutting their hair, whether they want it or not, and especially for little girls. So my mother, at every opportunity, would have my hair chopped off. Every chance she got. Another one, toys. Not allowing their children to have toys or disappearing their toys. My mother's specialty was both. What's an ordinary thing that most people take for granted, like childhood photos, haircuts, toys? What's an ordinary thing that you experience that your parent weaponized? How many childhood photos do you have? I know this is going to be a hot topic. So through my grandmother, somehow I ended up with about 20 photos. And unfortunately, when I was going through therapy in my mid-20s, I was coming to terms with the molestation and the sexual assaults I had gone through. And looking at that little girl made me sick. Like, I literally hated her. So I destroyed a bunch of the photos. And fortunately for me, my ex-husband caught me in the middle and he stopped me. So I probably now have about 10 left. My eldest daughter, who had a relationship with my mother until she decided to go no contact, and that relationship happened in my daughter's adulthood, and everything is fine there. There's videos on it, so you can look back if you have questions. She, on many occasions, tried to get my childhood photos. And because my mother had a ton of them. Like, bizarrely, they were still in the house, even though we were no contact for like 100 years. Okay, maybe not 100, more like probably would have been 15 to 20 years at this point. And my daughter would say, I'd like those pictures for my children to have of their grandmother when she was little. She would try all sorts of ways to get the pictures, and she wasn't doing it on my behalf. She knew I wanted them, but I never put her in that position. And of course, my mother never gave them to her. A child she never talks to, that she never wanted, that she treated with hate, yet she holds the photos.